Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of Local 2202 Education Series. My name is Derek and we're going to talk about leaves of absence. We have 4 learning objectives today. We're going to talk about defining the leave of absence, reviewing your contract language, some of the state and federal laws, and some of the complexities surrounding LOA. To define the leave of absence, very broadly, a leave of absence, or LOA, is an approved period of time where an employee is permitted to be away from work without losing their employment status. Specific durations and reasons will be defined in your CBA, your collective bargaining agreement. Let's review the contract language in each CBA covered by our local. If you're in the Alaska COPS contract, you're going to look in Article 12. If you're in the Alaska RSSA contract, you'll be in Article 11. For the Southwest contract, Article 12. McGee Air Services will be Section 10.6. American M&R and MLS are both under Article 25. And Hawaiian Maintenance and COSFP will be in Article 11. Looking at the Alaska contracts, there are several types of leave defined: personal leave, medical and disability, parental, military, political, and union leave. To qualify for leave, you must be off probation to request it. You may be granted up to 1 year, and extensions may be granted under extraordinary circumstances. You will maintain but not accrue seniority if your leave extends beyond 90 days. And parental leave of up to 120 days will be granted if not already covered by maternity, paternity, or state and federal laws. In the Southwest contract, personal, medical and disability, parental, military, and political leave are all defined. You must request your LOA in writing. It may be granted for up to 90 days. You shall continue to accrue seniority, but not for pay, sick leave, or vacation accrual purposes, provided the leave is in excess of 30 days. Medical LOA, including maternity leave, must include written verification from a medical doctor. McGee Air Services, personal leave and union business leave are defined, and it may be granted at company discretion. You will retain but not accrue seniority. You must pay your union dues directly to the union while on leave, and medical benefits will cease at the end of the month in which the leave started. In the American contracts, several leaves are defined: personal, adoption, maternity, and paternity, FMLA, union, medical, military, political leaves, and then jury duty and bereavement are also covered under the leave section. Some of the highlights here is it must be requested in writing. You will retain and continue to accrue seniority. It may be requested for up to 1 year. And the American contract in Article 25 does show a grid of what types of leave are covered by what benefits. So if you're in the American contract, I suggest you check out Article 25 to review that grid. In the Hawaiian contract, they define personal, maternity, union business, military, and bereavement leave. Again, this must be requested in writing. You can request up to 90 days with an additional 90-day extension, and you shall retain but not accrue seniority for leaves exceeding 90 days. So there are some state and federal laws. The main federal law is the Family Medical Leave Act, or FMLA, which gives employees up to 12 weeks of unpaid job-protected leave each year for certain family and medical reasons. During FMLA leave, your job is protected and your health insurance will continue as if you were still working. There are some hours worked restrictions on qualifying, so please review FMLA if you are considering taking it. Common reasons for FMLA include your own health condition, caring for a spouse, parent, or child with a health condition, birth, adoption, or foster placement of a child, and there are certain military family situations where FMLA can also be used. We do have several state laws. In Washington state, the paid sick leave requires most employers, including all of those that employ members at our local, to provide paid time off that employees can use to care for themselves or family members. Employees earn 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 40 hours worked, and unused hours must be carried over from 1 year to the next up to 40 hours. The state of Alaska recently introduced a paid sick leave that requires most employers, including all of the ones that employ members at our local, to accrue 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours worked, with an annual usage cap of 56 hours. Employees can use this sick time for their own illness or medical care, to care for a family member, or for issues related to domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking. As this is a new law in the state of Alaska, please work with your shop stewards to review what is applicable and how these hours can be used and accrued. And unfortunately, in the state of Idaho, there are no state protections for paid sick leave, so members who work in the state of Idaho will be limited to FMLA and the language in their CBA. So LOA is a complex topic, so research your CBA to see exactly what the language is surrounding your company and your contract. Make sure you're following the process to get your requests in appropriately. Be aware of the duration and the limits that come with that, including seniority accruals. And review the federal and state options to see what's available to you and how that works with your contractual options. So review your CBA. There are many types of LOA out there. What is recognized in your contract? Be thorough, because contract language is long and can be complicated. And ask questions. Reach out to stewards and see how they can assist you in finding out what type of leave is available and if there are any state or federal options for you. And finally, don't be discouraged. Many of our CBAs offer different types of leave. Some states have different types of leave. And then finally, the federal government does always offer FMLA. Leave of absence is a complicated topic. So your CBA will have language that may or may not address federal or state laws. If you or any of the members at your location need time off, please review the options available in your CBA and the federal and state options. We will always pursue the option that gives our member the best benefit available. This may include a combination of CBA benefits and federal or state benefits. Work with your local steward and possibly company management to see what options are best available to you. We covered 4 topics today: defining LOA, reviewing your contract, the state and federal laws, and the complexity surrounding LOA. Thank you for participating in this edition of the Local 2202 Education Series. If you have any questions, please reach out to your local steward or the Local 2202 e-board. We're more than happy to assist if you have any questions. Thank you.